healthcare providers educational series.
The company that has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, is a global multi-level marketing company with a presence across the globe. Surpassing 2.2 trillion Korean won in global sales and with a global membership of 15 million, Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Atomy Hemohim surpassed 2 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales, ranked #1 in domestic health functional food exports. With 19 international patents for a single product, it is forging a unique history in the realm of health functional foods. Absolute Skincare, which has become one of the best-selling cosmetics in the industry with sales of 100 billion Korean won every year since its launch. Absolute Cell Active Skincare received King Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office in 2021 for the first time in the cosmetics industry and was selected as world-class product for next generation, selected by Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy in 2022. Atomy practices customer-centered management in all its business activities, and such efforts were recognized by the acquisition of its customer-centered management certification for 3 consecutive years, which is a unique accomplishment in the industry. Starting with the US branch in 2010, Atomy is a global company that opened 26 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, Europe, etc., with 15 million members worldwide. In 2023, Atomy opened its EU branch and has plans for global expansion with a focus on Africa, Latin America, and emerging markets. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's success system, in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomy's distinctive growth. As the next generation broadcaster bridging online and offline realms, the Success Seminar manifests Atomy's vision for members worldwide. It presents a vision of global success that transcends time and space by merging business and culture. The ACTS project has been initiated to cultivate global leaders and empower our active members around the world. Atomy is dedicated to providing full support for fostering global business activities. To achieve absolute quality and absolute price, and to ensure commitment to quality from its partners, Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies, such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of accompanied growth. Atomy strives to minimize its environmental impact across all business activities through policies like transitioning products to zero plastic and introducing eco-friendly smart packaging solutions, with the goal of becoming a global eco-friendly leader. Sharing is a mission that all companies must fulfill. As a result of its consistent annual giving for the last 3 years, Atomy has secured the #1 rank in the distribution industry for donations as a percentage of revenue among the top 500 companies in the country. As a result, it has earned various government awards and certifications, including the Government Award for Sustainable Management, Good Donor Award, Family Friendly Company, and Great Place to Work Career. Atomy's executives, employees, partnering companies, and members all practice sharing together to improve the lives of all members of society. Wherever sharing is needed around the world, global branches will be united to support happiness for all. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit. We are Proud Atomy.
All right. We are Proud Atomy. Indeed, definitely. So welcome again, everyone, to Compassionate Healthcare Provider Educational Series. And again, this is our 100th program that we're celebrating. Well, I had a special t-shirt made, and everything, because it's been a wonderful thing. We've seen a lot of good things happen. We've gathered a lot of good information. I know I have taken a lot of notes, and a lot of my notes I have shared with my team members, and even you have others. A good leader would take notes and share with their team, and we got good leaders like Emma Sales, and Carol Spain, Dr. Driver, let me see, Lynn Ryans. We got a lot of good leaders on here. Oh yeah, a lot of good leaders. There's Ford, a lot of good leaders that have shared on this program. So, didn't want to, not trying to name everybody, but I'm just glad, for the support and everything. And we have supported one another. We have loved one another. But like I say, there's nothing like those testimonies. And so many times, we have not been ashamed to say, what God has done in using these products. And by us, some just by being obedient, not even knowing enough about the product, but just felt it in their spirit to do. Even one pack of him, we've seen things begin to turn around. Normally in tough cases, we normally do like 4 to 6, but we've seen things start out with 1 and seeing things kind of change, definitely. So, like I say, I really do appreciate this program because it's a ministry to me, and I'm sure to a lot of y'all, it's a ministry to you too. And ministering to one another and loving one another again. So we're going to continue on this 100th, I guess you call it anniversary of the show. And I'm going to ask for testimonies at this time. If you have something to share, you can unmute your mic and share a testimony. What's been happening?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Edward.
Good evening, Ted. Yes, indeed.
I wanted to share that I recently received my shipment of healthcare products from Atomy. And following the footsteps of our wonderful leaders like yourself, I started taking Hemohim. About 10, 15 minutes later, I felt my energy go up, just feeling good, positive, and I'm very happy that I started on it, looking forward to improving my health. Also, later on in the day when I start feeling a little tired, I might try some of the ginseng that I ordered, as well as some of the multivitamin energy drink. Both are very good for continuing my energy level and giving me a little more pep. That's to avoid, drinking so much coffee that I've been drinking all along. And I love the Arabica Black. I drink that, usually in the middle of the afternoon, but I'm trying to go more natural. So I've gotten my order. I've started using products, and I'm really happy with what I've experienced. This is my second order. My first order was really household things, and those have been great as well. So that's my testimony for today.
Interesting. I like what you said, those household items.
Right.
Those household items. I love it. I remember when I started taking Atomy products, I was taking the health products. And all of a sudden, one of my brothers in the Lord walked up to me and said, "Hey, have you tried those sheets?" And like, what sheet? Those sheets, those 3-in-1 detergent, fabric softener, and brightener sheets. I'm like, what? Laundry sheets? So I was mainly thinking about health, but when he told me about these laundry sheets, and then I realized, wait a minute, Atomy has more than just health products, and they are off the chain. So right now, I've used such a diversity of the different products. I can brag about a lot of things. From the skincare, to the health and different things like that. So hearing you say that, Ted, hey, you got some things for the house, and those are things that are good, all natural. Not toxic, not even toxic to your skin. Like, because your skin do absorb a lot of the chemicals that you use. Definitely. I remember I did a video one time, and I was doing a demonstration as for the shower, the shower head, the Atomy shower head. That's in the Global Mall. A lot of y'all might not know about that, but I was showing how the when how your body absorbs, chlorine out of water, because I had a chlorine tester, and if chlorine is in the water, what happens is it'll turn yellow. But so when I gave an example of showing the cup that had chlorine in there, but then the other cup I stuck my hand in there, and I did stay in there for maybe a minute or two. And then when I took it out, I tested it. There was no chlorine in that water because my body had absorbed it. So I don't know why I'm saying this, but and using the other products, it's a good thing, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more later on too. Definitely. So, anybody else have a testimony?
One last comment, if you don't mind. I want to
Okay.
congratulate you on your 100th show. Keep up the good work.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you very much.
Walk.
Okay. Anybody else have a testimony?
Yeah, patience.
Ah, patience, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, so today I went to my checkup, and then my doctor told me that my blood pressure therapy is complete. I tried to ask her to prescribe me the same medication I was taking. She said I don't need it anymore. My blood pressure is fine. So I don't need to take any more blood pressure medication. I started taking Imohim, Noni, all the products in Atomy for diabetes and blood pressure since February last year. And now I am free from blood pressure medication. I was so happy when I came out of the clinic this morning with this happy message from my doctor. I tried to insist for her to give me a prescription. She said, "No, you don't need it. Your therapy is complete." What a wonderful message, right? I
Yes.
was so happy. So that's my testimony today about Atomis products.
Awesome. You know, your Atomy product was all a part of your lifestyle change. And all a part of that lifestyle change, some of the things that might have followed you in your life, like the high blood pressure, ain't no telling what else. But they had to leave because of the changing of your lifestyle by adding Atomy products, to your everyday routine, you know. And so that is a sweet and awesome testimony,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
we needed to hear that. You know,
Thank you so much.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know, just a lot of these things. Um, just know this: you're trying to maintain it, and as you get older, you need a little bit more maintenance. Drink a little bit more water, take it, a little bit more supplements and everything because we're trying to preserve and preserve
yeah,
and present and prevent and preserve, our life. That's why you got to get out there and walk. You got to eat right and everything, and take your supplements. Definitely, you know. Uh, some of us eat a lot of chicken. A lot of chicken has been a part of our life. You know what I mean? That he don't need to be like that chicken. You know, I've known people that love chicken. They almost eat it every day, and they are known for that. And there are some things that have been a part of our lives every day. Soap has been a part of our life. Brushing our teeth has been a part of our life. You know, and I thank God for our toothpaste because now we have a toothpaste that's so awesome that's going to be part of mine the rest of my life. And we've heard some great toothpaste testimonies on this program. On this program. So, okay, now before we have another testimony, what I'm going to do is we're going to look back probably at one of our earlier testimonies uh, in, let's say, in time past. And I just want to, probably share one on this night. And this is a pretty unusual one. So I found something that is very unusual. Now, with Atomy, you will read on in the cautions area, do not give this to pregnant people and don't give it to kids under 6. But I'm telling you, we got some testimony of people just following their spirit. They just follow. They just follow in their spirit. It wasn't my fault. When the enemy fault, they followed their spirit. But look at the results that they got. And let's hear one of those results from past time.
On pain and what they use for pain. There are two items that we use a lot for pain. See, it might be a third one. I can't think of the third one, but there's two main items that we use. Okay, Alicia.
Hi, everybody. The ethereal patches is one, and
Yay. Uh-huh.
yes, and I would say that the hemohim, I know it alleviates pain, but also the omega-3. So, not sure on which one you were looking for, because
No, I'm
omega-3
looking.
omega-3 for
Uh-huh.
is an anti-inflammatory for me, and it have
Uh-huh.
helped me with inflammation on my joints, and that had contributed to lessen my pain. So I would say the omega-3 or the hemohim, but the ethereal patches for sure.
Wow. Wow. See, I knew. See, and see, you named Hemohim, and okay, if you don't mind me asking, what type of pain was it? And you say the omega-3,
Um,
the
arthritis
omega-3,
pain. Arthritis
arthritis.
pain, yes. In
Okay.
arthritis, it's inflammation on the joints. So
Uh-huh.
the omega-3, I was taking two in the morning, two in at lunchtime, and two in the evening. And that have helped me a lot with my pain.
Wow. Wow. Hemohim, omega-3, and also the Ethereum patches.
Inferior
That is so
patches.
cool. Well, thank you very much, Doctor. I'll do to you. But see, that's
You're
great
welcome.
information. That is great information, and we all
Thank
should be.
you.
Hey, now, right now they out of them. See, it's all your fault. That's why we out of them. It's all
Yes.
your fault. You done brought them all up. That's
All
great.
right.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you. You can mute your
Thank
mic.
you.
All right, now then, let me see here. Carol.
Yes, good evening, everybody. I
Yes.
can say that the pain patches are very good for me. I failed a couple of years ago, and it caused some problems with my neck. And what the doctor was giving me wasn't doing any good, and I just continued. I started using the patches, and it really worked. And it has been causing me problems in my right hand, where at night it like goes numb. So I started putting the patch on my wrist, and since I put the patch on my wrist, it doesn't go numb anymore. And so the doctor asked me recently, said, "So what are you doing? You need any more of that pain cream that we sent you?" I say, "No, I'm using my patches that I sell with Atomy, and it's taking care of it's doing the job. When I put that patch on my wrist, my hand do not go numb. It makes a big difference." One other testimony, my daughter when she was 10 had hip surgery because she fell on the trampoline and it broke her hip. So she had to have hip surgery. And she called me a couple of days ago and she said, "Mom," she said, "that thing is bothering me." She's 46 now. And I said, "Well, you know how long you had that surgery?" And so she said it woke her up in the middle of the night. She immediately got up and got her pain patches from Atomy and put it on there. And she said, "Mom, I went back to sleep, no pain, no nothing." So she's on vacation right now. So she took the pain patches with her. And she said, and she was hurting this morning because they had to walk a long way to the terminal. And she said, "Mama, it took care of the pain. I am so glad I brought my pain patches with me." So I'm telling you, those patches really do work. Another thing that I use is the plant calcium because I used to have cramps really bad in my calf at night. I don't have those anymore because I take about 4 to 6 of the plant calcium before I go to bed, and it really does work.
Right. And that's a key thing. Everybody remember that about those plant calcium. Okay? And connect the dots with the plant calcium. Thank you. That's plant calcium gets honorary mention. Indeed, honorary mention. Fantastic, fantastic. Now, now Dawn is excited about a testimony. Okay, Dawn is excited, so we want her to unmute her mic again. And everybody pay attention to this testimony. This is gonna knock your socks off. Look, let me tell you something. I don't even know nothing about it, but
You're
hey,
building it up, aren't
yeah,
you?
I'm kind of building it up. This is gonna be also a whirlwind of a testimony.
Wow,
But
wow.
all of our testimony is whirlwind because they're
Yeah.
all natural, and we're doing it. We're doing it by making the right choice. And we need to know that some things we need to do. We need to kind of do a daily maintenance, okay, as for prevention.
Mm.
Prevention is very important. We want to
Okay.
continue to advance. The way you can continue to advance your health, you continue to do certain things, okay? So, all right, Dawn, please share your
Hello,
testimony.
everyone. So I'm
Good.
fairly new to.
You can turn your video back on. You looking all pretty there.
No, I don't. I don't
Okay.
feel pretty.
Okay. All right.
So I'm fairly new to Atomy, and I'm actually setting up a wellness practice in Tucker. And I was over there with the contractors 2 weeks ago. And so while I was over there, I was on a consult call telling another nurse colleague of mine about the products. And I got off the phone, and the contractor guy said to me, "Ma'am, whatever it is that you're talking about, I'd like to try some." So he walks closer to me and he says, "I have end stage kidney disease. My doctors ordered me a couple months ago to be on dialysis, but I am refusing." And he says, "If those products, whatever I heard you talk about them, are what they say they are, I'd like to try it." And are you hearing me?
Yes. Very well. Very good.
And I actually have product in my car, so I gave him the general contractor that I hired actually purchased it for the subcontractor. And he got I gave him the hemoheme and the noni juice. Last Thursday was 13 days when I saw him next. And he came up to me and he says, "Ma'am, that stuff really works." So he says that he had hematuria, which is blood in the urine. It's gone. He said he had no more trace of the hematuria. He said, "My prostate has improved." He said, "My kidney numbers are reversing." He said, "When I go home at night, I was squinting even close up to the TV just to watch the TV. He says, now I can see clearly across the room." And he was going on and on. He says, "My energy levels are up," and all of that. So I was really so excited about it. And I said, "Is there any possible way you could give me your labs like before and after? Because I would like personally for that to be a part of my portfolio." Because that's pretty impressive to know that somebody who was ordered to be on dialysis and now he's saying most of his symptoms are gone, subsiding. And the other testimony is,
Wait a minute, before you go to the other testimony,
uh,
my question, did he tell you how much of each that he was doing, or had you already told him how much to do?
so I had told him to do 4 of the hemohemes per day. So
Fantastic.
that's, yes, 4. And then a full glass of the little mug that comes
Yes,
with it
yes,
of the noni. Yeah, so he's on his second batch now.
fantastic.
Yeah, so he's doing much, much better. I actually saw him today because I was on the job site today for a good, he arrived about 8 o'clock and he left like 5 p.m. Energy levels are up. He's doing good. You know, he's like, wow, that thing really works. So he's actually a member. So I told him that he could go ahead and, order his own product. now
Great.
and start, because he has a powerful testimony, and to start sharing it with others.
Indeed. Definitely. Thank you. And okay. And the second testimony
And the
that you
second testimony is, I still do work like as a nurse supervisor at the hospital, and one of the nurse managers has cancer of the breast with metastases. She has been in and out of the ICU, on the ventilator, on high flow oxygen, and this last stent here, she was in a good 4 weeks. Several of us managers got together to purchase, a protocol for her from Atomy. So we gave her on Friday at 1 p.m. She was in the ICU on high flow oxygen. We gave her the noni juice. We gave her the hemoheme. We opened it up for her and have her suck on it. And we gave her the high dose vitamin C. Sunday morning, they downgraded her from the ICU with just regular oxygen, regular 2-liter oxygen, from high flow oxygen that she has been on for weeks. And 3 weeks before, she was on the ventilator. So I think that is pretty impressive. So, encouraged her mom and her husband to continue to use it. We have
so
just
she
been
was
thrilled.
excuse me for a second. She was in the ICU?
In the ICU on a ventilator 3 weeks ago, but has not been able to leave the ICU because her lungs are so bad. So she's been on high flow oxygen. So the regular unit will not take her with high flow. She still has to be in ICU under careful watch.
Okay, so the parents then made the decision to give her that? Who made the decision to give her that?
No, we have been telling them about the Atomy. I've been telling them about the Atomy, and they finally agreed to take it.
Okay.
So several of us nurse managers got together to get the products for her. I mean, like to purchase it.
What?
Yeah.
Compassionate nurses, compassionate. Are y'all hearing this? Wow. And because they gave y'all permission, y'all were able to do it.
Well, not the doctors didn't give us permission. Her husband gave us permission.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, them. The husband did. Somebody that had the authority to say, yes,
Yeah.
we would like to try that.
Yeah.
Oh, see, sharing the good news, that is awesome. Definitely. So
yeah, we've been pretty happy, and she's doing well. We check on her every day. She's doing much, much better than, last week, where she was still struggling in the ICU.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Hemohim, scientifically is good for, for the respiratory. That's in the National Library of Medicine, and it's also in Google Scholar. If you do a research in Google Scholar, you'll see that it also helps not only the immune system, but also the respiratory system and many others. Oh, somebody said there are people in waiting. Thank you. People in waiting. Can't be. I don't know, man. That must be an old message. I disabled the waiting part. All right. So, is there anything you want to finish on, Don?
No, that's it for now.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. See, we are being empowered this evening. I hope y'all are taking note. Okay? Taking note. Okay, Maria, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, good evening, Pastor Souza. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I have a testimony. One of my downlines customers, she is pregnant, and her testimony is about hemohim. And so she was having a problem with her baby. She was having subchorionic hemorrhaging, which is just basically bleeding between the uterine wall and the chorionic membrane around the amniotic sac, during her pregnancy. Okay, so they were telling her that the baby was pretty much floating in blood and they did not expect the baby to survive. She also said the doctors had found a cyst on her left ovary. And so she was having a lot of problems with the baby. They did not expect the baby to survive. She was having a lot of pain, in a lot of pain. So they kept monitoring her. And, she had to be on bed rest and had restrictions. She couldn't lift anything. But she started taking the hemohim. And she started taking the hemohim. After she started taking the hemohim, she went back to the doctor, and the baby's heartbeat had been really kind of really weak, but now it's much stronger since she took the hemohim. And the surprise was the doctor said that they could not find any more blood leaking into the amniotic sac. And so they said that where her baby was swimming in this blood, they was expecting the baby not to survive at all. But now she is able, the baby's going to be fine. They're telling her now that she's going to have a very healthy baby. She's feeling much better. And she said she's just going, they told her, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. She's going to keep taking the hemohim. And she's just really excited. So I'm just excited about that testimony because it saved her baby. The hemohim literally what saved that baby, because they told her she was not going to be able to have that baby if things kept progressing. So that's the hemohim testimony.
Wow. Wow. That's wow. I mean, that's a faith.
Awesome. Looking back on some of the incredible testimony, we give God the glory indeed, definitely. Then Dr. Driver, do you have something? I see your hand is raised. Do you have something to share on this evening?
I do. Good evening,
Yes.
Pastor Stozier, and
Good
to the
evening.
Agnew family. I wanted to share my testimony um, over the weekend with the gentleman that I had spoke about with the cancer. I don't know if I shared this with you all or not, but I had the opportunity through the neighbor of mine who was telling me about this young man and what he was dealing with, which was lung cancer. And so I had the opportunity to meet with him Saturday, and he was very excited to meet me, and I was glad to meet him. So upon meeting with him, he was sharing with me what he was dealing with, and he was told that I had some products that could help him from his friend Lewis. And so I said, well, I do. And I think that this will be very beneficial for you. And so he says, well, I've been in the business of horticulture for some years. And he says, I've even been doing some things on my own as far as my health. He says, but I've never heard of this company. And he said, my friend was telling me about you had given him some of these products and how it had energized him. And it was very good for what he was dealing with, in which I had. And so he was explaining to me about the sciatic back pain that he was having because he had started taking chemotherapy. He has stage 4 lung cancer. And he says it has become aggressive. And I said, well, I think I have what you need, and we're going to get aggressive with it. He says, well, I'm ready. And so I introduced him to the hemoheme and the noni juice and the vitamin C and the probiotics. And so he wanted to to try the samples, which I encouraged him to take the hemoheme. So for starters, I gave him two of the hemohemes and the noni juice, and he wanted to try the vitamin C, and everything was just, he loved everything. And so he wanted something for the pain. So I took the ethereal patch because he's smaller now, and I put it on his back. I put one across the lower part of his back, and then I cut one and put the two in the middle of his spine going up. And so he was sharing with me about how he's been going to chemo and how difficult and painful it is for him to sleep at night. And into the conversation, about 3 minutes after his sharing with me, he says, "You know, I don't feel that pain anymore." And I said, "Awesome." I said, "That is awesome." And he says, "Can I share this with other people?" And I said, "You most certainly can. That's what I want you to do." And he says, "Well, I know a lot of people," and he had these Zoom meetings. So he says, "I'm going to share this with them." He says, "Now, I am Muslim." I says, "Well, you know, God created everyone." I says, and he says, "I believe in God." I says, "Well, as long as you believe in God, then that's all you need, because he'll take care of everything you need. He just asks us to believe." So I left it there, and we kept continuing talking about the products. And he kept telling me how good he felt. And I could tell that he was feeling better because he was just so excited about this stuff. I even showed him the videos on people giving their testimony. The gentleman with the cancer, I showed him that video, and just taking him to YouTube and letting him see these videos of people giving their testimonies about Atomy and the hemoheme. I even let him see the clip of the company, the 6-minute video of the company, and he was very impressed with that. And hearing the videos, that just encouraged him more to want to be a part of the company. So then he wanted to join. He said, "Well, what do I got to do to join?" And I said, "Well, if you want to join," I says, "I can sign you up. There's no cost to join Anatomy." And he said, "Well, sign me up." And I said, "Well, now there's two sides to Anatomy. Um, you can come in as a consumer, wanting to, you know, just use the products to see how they work." I said, "Because that's the way most people I introduce to the company, that's the way they want to go for starters. And then if they choose to later on want to do the business side, they can." I said, "Now we have the consumer side and we have the distributor side, which meaning you wants to do the business side." And so he says, "Well, since I've been in the business for myself, I would like to do the business side." So I start to signing him up with that. And there was a snare there when we got to the banking information. The routing number he was willing to give, but the account number, he says, "Well, that's too much information. Do they need my account number?" So I explained to him how that worked doing the business side. And he says, "Well, no, I'm just not going to do that. That's just too much information. And I don't want to give it out." So I said, "Well, that's fine." I said, "That's no problem at all." He says, "Well, I'll just do the consumer." I said, "Well, that's good." So I signed him up, and he asked me, he told me, he says, "Well, Dr. Driver," he says, um, "I can't buy right now." He says, "But Friday, I'll
when you call me, I'll go ahead and I'll order just what you told me I needed. He said, that's not a problem. He says, but I don't get my money until Friday. It won't go to the bank until Friday. I said, well, that's fine. So I had already given him a sample. I'd fixed up little packets like I do. And I gave him a bag. And I gave him a box, one of the boxes out of the box of Hemoheme. And because he was explaining to me how he felt in his situation and what he had been going through with the chemo, I went out to the car. I told him I was going to give him, and I gave him this from my heart. I gave him the box of 10 with the Hemoheme in it and the box of noni juice. And he was surprised. He couldn't stop thanking me for that. And he says, when Friday come, I said, see, you got a whole week. And he asked me, how should I take it? I said, well, since the cancer is being aggressive and it's moving pretty rapidly and you're in the 4 stages of it, I said, I would suggest you take a box a day. That means 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. And maybe 3 packets of the noni juice. And at least you will be done got it in your system. You're taking a box a day, you got 10 boxes. So when Friday get here, then you can order, put your order in, and the next batch will be coming in. I said, because you're going to have to take this until you start seeing results. And when you go back to your doctor and he tells you differently. So he said, that's fine. He says, I can't wait to get started. So he was so eager to get started. And so whenever he asked me, well, how long do you think it's going to take for me to get the order? And I says, well, if we order it Friday, then you should get it no later than Monday, no later than Tuesday. It probably will come Monday. I'm not for sure, but I know Tuesday you should have it. And I said, UPS will bring it to your door. He said, oh, that's even better. That's great. And I mean, he was just really excited about everything. And he had done called people, telling them about the product and everything. And this is what set me back with that. I called him Sunday and just to check on him and see how he was doing. He says, I'm doing great, Dr. Driver. He says, I feel good. I slept good last night. I put my patch. I still had the patches on you gave me. And because I gave him a packet of the patches. I gave him a packet of those too. I left those with him. And so Sunday he was doing good. He was feeling energetic. He just said he just felt great. And then I didn't call him Monday. I called him Tuesday. And this was in the afternoon because I be busy in the mornings. And so when I called him, I asked him, how was he doing? He said, I'm doing. And I said, well, you don't sound excited, Stan. What's up? And he says, well, I'm just not going to do this. I couldn't say nothing for a minute. And he says, I'm just not going to do this. I'm going to try my own methods. I'm a Muslim. And it's just too expensive. And you can just come get it. You can just come get your stuff. I'm just not going to go through with it. And I says, well, Stan, I says, this is an opportunity that can really make a difference in your life. I just don't want to hear it. Dr. Driver, I've made up my mind. I'm just not going to do it. Now, Me seeing the man that I met and how eager he was and how he was sharing this with his wife and Lewis,
Okay,
I
excuse me,
did.
Dr. Driver.
Yes.
Okay. Um, let me see. I got a couple more people. Well, I
Okay.
see one more hand that's raised.
Okay. I'm gonna make it
So,
short.
okay.
But anyway, it just set me back because I just knew that this could help him, and then for him to just not want to go through with it, I couldn't understand that. But um, he when I went to get the stuff, he told me to come get it. I went and got it, and he hadn't started taking the products out of the boxes because I had left him with the samples and the 2 boxes, and he brought all of that back to me except for the ethereal patches. So I just smiled about that because I says, well, at least he kept the patches, so they probably was making a difference, like he said. But that was that testimony, and I just wanted to share that so that you could know that this is how that turned out because I had spoke about meeting him because of my neighbor, and this is the way
Right.
things turned out.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Driver. We
You're welcome.
appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
Natasha, you, you have something to share, Natasha? Is it
Yes,
Natasha? Is
hello.
that right? Hey.
Yeah. Hello. Yes, my name is
uh,
Natasha. I'm under Miss Carol Spain with the Macon Center. So she introduced me to Atomy. Guess it's been maybe about 2 years now. But the
Okay.
last year and a half, my white blood cell count has been low. So I was on him at a short period of time. I never, like, I may have taken it for like a month or so, but not really consistent. And honestly, I think this was before I found out my white blood cell was low. But I was doing testing. I've had all kind of lab work to try to figure out what's the cause of it. I went through bone marrow testing and nothing really showing why it's low. So I got back into my Atomy products and taking. I do 2 to 3 hemahims a day. I take a vitamin C and vitamin B complex. Those are the 3 daily that I take. In December, when I went to do my labs, it was at a 1.9. I think the norm was like a 4. So it was at 1.9 in December. When I started back on the Hemahem in March, I believe in March. So when I went back in February, it went from a 1.9 to a 1.6. So that's honestly what got me back on. Like, I got to get back to my Atomy. Let me get back into trying this. So that's when I started back on this regimen here. When I just went to the doctor in April, I had labs in April. My white blood cell count has gone up to 2.5. So that's the highest. When I started this journey, it was at like a 2.2, 2.1. So just from December being a 1.9, in February it was 1.6. And after 30 days of me doing this regimen, it has gone up to 2.5. So I think I need to increase my hemahem, probably do 4 packs a day. So I'm going to work on that. I don't redo labs again until like the summer, like April. I'm sorry, July. So when I redo my labs, I'm looking forward to, getting back on this call and telling you all it's normal. So that's been a big change, and I really needed that because mentally, with it going down, I kind of was getting down. So with just having my support system and kind of putting me back on my Atomy, I have to say I see a difference. So I'm thankful of that, and I'm looking forward to raising it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. But we thank God for your let's say your walk of faith and diligence.
Yes, yes,
Continue to be diligent.
yes,
Be diligent and well doing. We need to
right,
be diligent. Definitely. And some things are not gonna happen overnight.
correct,
Okay. Some things might take 60 days or 90 days.
right,
Now, I do the hemo him every day, every day. You know, that has become a part of my lifestyle. There are other things that have become a part of my lifestyle, you know, as far as my foundation, because I know what the body needs. And we've been educated on what the body needs. So we need to give the body what it needs. And, you know, a lot of times we can't eat enough food, and sometimes we just can't get it from the food because of the genetically modified foods that are out there. So we don't depend on them. We do a little bit more to keep it going, okay? Because I would love to live to, you know, over 100, but have a good, let's say, maintain. I don't want to be sick going into 100 or going into 90 or going into 80. No, 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 no. I want to be as healthy as can be. I still want to have strong bones. You know, I still want my memory to be sharp. I still want my skin to look pretty and everything. You know what I mean? But you got to do something about it now. You know, and keep watering that grass and pruning that tree. Definitely that bush. You know, so that was an awesome testimony there that showed, you know, something that you recognize and you know what to do. You didn't just say, well, it didn't work, you know, and leave it alone. You knew if I be a little bit more consistent, I should get some change. And you were consistent, and there was change. There was movement in the needle. The needle needs to move. And let's expect the needle to move by faith, okay? Alrighty then. So, before I move on, anybody else? Before I move on, do 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 do. Okay, so I'm gonna move on, and I have something, you know, to show y'all on this evening. And what I want to show you is, you know, a lot of times we've had some awesome, let's say, healthcare providers on the show, you know, and but hey, they might not can't they you know they have lives. They might not can't be here, you know, on Thursday or whatever, you know. And but this I want to show you that can help you out even before you get to the show. Um, and I've shown quite a few people this, and some of you might already know, but I found that AI can be a decent help, could be a great help, you know. And I'm going to show you an example, and I'm using Google AI. I'm using Google AI, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in. Let me see here. I'm going to type in a question, and this might be your situation. And you know, try it out. You know, type in your situation and see what you get. And but in knowing a lot of the protocol, I kind of, you know, like typed in something to confirm to see what would Google AI say. And right here it says Atomy products. Let me see. Let me see. Atomy products. I need to put which. Let me see. WHICH. Okay. Which atomy product do I need for diabetes? And I'm gonna put on here like type 2 diabetes. Okay. Now, when I did that, these are the very products that we have on our protocols. I have taken notes in time past, and these products right here, some of the top products, even have some products that's over in our global mall. that we have. It's kind of challenging getting them right now, but on this year, they're going to put our health products back into our U.S. global mall. So be expecting, stay in faith. We need these products back in our U.S. global mall because it's kind of challenging ordering it from the South Korea mall, but they are in there. And if you have ways of getting them from the South Korea mall, all well and good. Now, so, but when I typed that in, it came up with the Atomy blood sugar cut, which is the Bill of Millings. Now, the Bill of Millings is going to be in our U.S. mall real soon. They've been talking about that for the last 2 months. I've been hearing about it, from our leaders that go to leadership meeting. But you have, and these are like the top one, the top two, which is the Atomy blood sugar, the Bill of Millings, and also the glucose care with the red ginseng. Now it will bring up some, let's say, products that's in other parts of the of Atomy. Like I say, this might be in South Korea or whatever. But it also has the noni juice, the Atomy noni, the noni juice. And so with this, like I say, you can type in different questions, and we need to, it's a great tool. It's a great tool. And so I wanted to show that to you. And over here on the side, it shows the glucose care. I mean, not the Bill of Millings right over here. And like I say, they're getting it ready for our U.S. mall, the blood sugar support. So, let me see. Let me type something else in. Let me go back to this and back it up. Atomy products. Okay. I didn't even word that right. But here, is what products do I need for glaucoma? And they bought up both of the Atomy eye products. Now, these are things that we have in our protocol that's written out right now. AI is just picking them up. But you need to do a AI. If you don't know how to do it, get one with one of your other partners, and they probably can help you with it. Therefore, you won't have to wait till Thursday nights. Excuse me. But it has the lutazantin and the ilutin that's on there, and it has the color food C. The color food C. And as adult, we use the 2000. The color food C is really the 500 milligram. But, as adult, we use the 2000 milligram. So those are the products right there that when you're targeting, glaucoma. So, and hey, and nothing, like I say, it won't hurt to do some hemohim. Definitely, it won't hurt, throw that in. But it'll get you started in the right direction. It will get you started in the right direction. Matter of fact, B complex is good too. And now, here's the other thing. Everybody needs to know how to get to the, we did 100 shows, and everybody needs to know how to get to those shows. And I'm going to show you the channel to get to those shows, which is here. This is the channel right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this channel page and in the chat. in the chat. So you want to subscribe to it, and go back and listen to interesting. Yeah, listen to some of the shows, some of the past shows. That'll be good. You can train your people with some of the past shows. And so on here, you see we have show number 99 because tonight is show 100. But we've had 99, a lot of good information. Somebody asked a question, do we have products to help fibroids? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Let me see here. Let me go here. Now, the other thing is that the other thing about it is that, let me see, we have help what? Let me see, anatomy products. Let me type this in correctly. Which anatomy? Let me see, which anatomy products can help? Let me see if I type it in like that. And sometimes if you type it in just right, like you need to type it in. Let me see if it's still hook up. Okay. Oh, interesting. For fibroids, you got the Sephora Queen, the Hemohim, the Atomy Women's Inner Balance, and interesting. And it also tells you a little bit about the products as relating to your situation. And also they have the vitamin D3, those products there. That's interesting. And they match them based upon the information. That's how they match it all together, to the symptoms that's at hand. Now, but now there is one other item that I know that have been used in time past, which is the Manuka honey, as far as fibroids is concerned. We've had testimonies on that. But see how I type that in? So that gives you a good starting place right there. A good starting place. And see, okay. Let me see what else. What else can we type in? Let me see if there anybody have another question that we can answer in the chat. Now, some of y'all might use, I don't know if Gemini does the same thing. Well, not that's an AI that does the same thing, but I know that Google AI. Do anybody have any questions so far? Any question on that? I'm telling you, it's a good shortcut.
Mr. Strozer, you're using AI to come up with this, with all of this, right? The Google.
Well, see, now notice what you just said. Oh, yeah. Because what it does, it goes out and find information on the different product that matches that particular that supports that different situation. Yes.
Okay.
And see, like I have pages of protocols, and so I have put like certain questions in there and realized, wait a minute, those are some of the same items that we have in time past as far as protocol is concerned. So it's been pretty on point. It's been pretty on point.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, it's been pretty on point. So that's a good thing. And if you want if those of you who have past notes and everything, you probably can test, look at the results that we've had in time past and look at what AI brings up. But it also, like I said, it explains on why, the science behind it that matches up with that particular situation. And so, like I say, that's pretty cool. Um, so, all right, now,
Pastor Edward, we also direct them to changing to the herb day pad, also using the adamant laundry detergent to get away from all those chemicals that touches their bottom.
indeed, 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 indeed. Now then, I need to share something. We have about 64 people that are on here. Uh, we got 3 people with hand raised. Um, Dr. Fielder, you had a question or you had something to share?
Man, I
See?
couldn't get off of mute. I'm sorry about that. I
Okay.
was in the grocery store when the young lady gave the testimony, and so I couldn't write the protocol down when she shared about her arthritis pain. The products were, I just wanted to make sure that I can remember I'm just gonna take them and text it in the chat so I can screenshot it. She said she was on the omega-3,
Right.
the patches,
Right.
and what was the other thing she was taking? Was it the
Omega
calcium?
3. Yes, the calcium. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The
But calcium,
hemohin.
calcium. Yeah, the
The
hemohin.
hemohin.
Right.
Okay,
But the calcium is good. But if you do the calcium, always do calcium with the vitamin D,
okay,
because it helps as far as the assimilation of the calcium on where it needs to go. So, so anytime you do that, matter of fact, let's do this. We're gonna look at arthritis. You get that question in. Since you mentioned arthritis, okay, check it out. A lot of you have heard of the Tumorson. That Tumorson. And that's over in the Global Mall. You got the Tumorson, the Atomy Hemohim. Look at that, the Omega 3. Hey, and somebody did mention the noni juice too. Got the noni juice. So when it comes to arthritis, this combination right here, this is a good powerhouse right here. But like I say, um, also when you're doing calcium, you want to do the D3. Okay. All right. As far as that, see which products can help arthritis. All righty. Okay. One more question before I have to move on to something else. Uh, gentle, gentle.
Yes, sir. I had a
Gentle.
question real quick.
Yes.
The blessings. Um, the bitter melon, is that going to be available soon in the U.S. store, or do we have to figure out the other way?
Well, when you say soon, I'm just gonna say I started hearing, our leaders who go to those global leadership
Uh,
meetings. They started talking about it at least like 2 months ago. So we looking for that bitter melon to pop in that mall like any day.
When you
yes,
log
I
in,
saw
it's
it.
there. When you log in,
Yes, it
it's on
shows.
the page now.
It's what now?
When you log into Adamant, it's on the front page right now.
Oh,
No.
okay. Well,
What?
that's good.
Come
Yes.
on
Glory to
now.
God. Started
What?
today.
What? Oh,
Thank you. Well, glory to
come on
God.
now.
Thank you.
I
Amen.
got it.
Amen.
What?
Amen.
Started
I'm telling
today.
you, right? It's gonna sell out. It's going to sell out.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm telling you, it's gonna sell out.
I saw it today.
Look at
Started
it.
today.
Oh,
Wasn't there
wait a minute. They
yesterday.
got they got coming
Wasn't
soon.
there yesterday.
Yeah, that's what they got. They got coming soon. Coming soon. See, so it's getting closer. So it's getting ready to pop any day.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
So
so much. I appreciate it.
right, and what you want to do is when you order, you want to order at least 2 boxes because I'm telling you, anytime they bring a product we've been waiting out, it's gonna. Sometimes it sells out within a day because everybody's been waiting on it so long. Because so just be ready, and if you see it stocked and not just waiting soon, call somebody, call some people, call me, send me a text and let me know that it's there. Okay, we need to get the word out quick because when people order it, hey, they might order 6 of them, they might order 10 of them. Now sometimes they put like a limit on it, a limit like okay, no more than 3, and that's one product that's they might come out with it and then do somewhat of a limit on it because so be mindful when it hits, please call. And they have right here they got new product coming soon, D6. What is that, D6? What do they mean by that? D6. Uh do Is there any of our doctors on here know what they're trying to hint clue about as far as D6 is concerned? D6, cause that's been a melon that's behind the curtain. So I don't know. Okay, well we're gonna keep our eyes open. Definitely.
It might mean 6 days until coming out.
It might be what 6. Oh, it might mean 6 days, huh? Oh, okay, okay. So
Pastor,
the data. Yes.
Pastor, this is Joy.
Hey,
I'll
John.
keep you posted. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to keep checking in the Cacao Talk. And then we have a
Okay.
meeting. I think we have a meeting on Tuesday. If it doesn't come out by then, maybe they'll tell us on Tuesday. So you'll know. Okay?
Thank you. Shoot me a text and I
Yes.
will shout, glory, hallelujah.
Okay.
A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Join our integrated. Interesting. That's going to be awesome. Okay. All right. Now, okay. So we did 100 programs. 100 programs. There's something that I want to show tonight, and it's sort of a hint, clue of in a hint, clue. Let me show this, and then y'all gonna say, "Why did he show that?" And I'm gonna tell you the rest of the story on this. Okay. See, I'm gonna let my AI make this announcement on this evening. Okay.
Welcome to Atomy USA. Change your brand, change your life. The phrase change your brand, change your life is the core marketing slogan for Atomy, a global network marketing company focused on distributing daily consumer goods. The concept encourages consumers to switch from their usual supermarket brands to Atomy products to achieve both personal health and financial growth. Core philosophy: absolute quality, absolute price. Atomy operates on a masstige strategy, providing prestige quality products at mass market prices. Absolute quality. Premium ingredients and advanced technology, often developed through a joint venture with the Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute and Kolmar, Korea. Absolute price. Competitive pricing achieved by eliminating traditional marketing costs like celebrity endorsements and physical storefronts. Now let's begin. Thank you.
Indeed. Now, in that video, okay, let me stop my sharing. In that video, you heard my AI say, change your brand and change your life. And going forward, starting next week, we're flipping over to change your brand, change your life. Because Atomy has so many wonderful products. Just like Ted mentioned the other day, he mentioned about the health products. So on Thursday, myself and I'm going to be inviting others to talk about, one of the products that they use and that they enjoy. So what we're going to do is, the program is flipping to change your brand, change your life. Indeed. So that we can explore and learn about all the Atomy products. All, from the skincare to the hair care, to the personal care. A lot of the personal care. A lot of people don't know what this toothpaste does. A lot of people don't know, but there's great science behind the ingredients within it. Now, those that do know about the science that's in the ingredients, for example, like the propolis, you know, they normally use this toothpaste outside of brushing your teeth. But a lot of us on here might not know that. But also we want to go into, absolute quality, absolute price. We want to educate, our neighbors. We want to educate the consumers, business partners. You guys need to be educated on, even the living products, from the dishwashing liquid to the scrubbers, to the fabric detergent. This fabric detergent, it might be $17, but on here, I was reading something, it gets up to what? You can get up to 233 washes. That's a lot of washes. And we've had testimonies of people using this detergent. Oh, and let me show you this. And when you're talking about saving money, I'm going to show you what they did. You see that box before, which is like, and they got on there like 2.4 kilogram. And for the same price, they updated everything. And see, each one of these bags is 1.4 kilogram. Okay. And this is a heavy pack right here. So they give you more. This was 2.4, but this combination of both of these bags is 2.8. A lot of y'all didn't know that. So when they say absolute quality, absolute price, and the way things are right today, we need to know more about these Adley products. So we are flipping, our whole thing so that we can know. This is the laundry sheets. I got some of those right now. I use them. I kind of mix certain things, and not together, but at different times. I might use a detergent or whatever, you know. But we have to know, changing your brand. And as we educate our consumers, as we educate ourselves on the different products, they have things as far as the beauty is concerned. Let me see what else. You got your beauty. And I'm going to show you something what's interesting. Now, this is the home all-in-one shower gel. Now, who could unmute their mic and tell me something unusual that this shower gel, this shower wash have done in using.
Eczema.
Go on
It
now.
get rid of eczema.
Right. But because we don't mention it, we don't know. And we're going to start, like I say, going through some products. I would love for, for each and every one to share in the sharing. We might spend 30 minutes on one product, digging deep into it, exploring it. Indeed. But we also want to show you how you're going to save money. Definitely. Because a lot of you probably going to save money because you won't have that doctor visit, that doctor bill because of the prevention. But it's all going to make sense in the long run. Changing your brand, changing your brand. All the Atomy products are super great, but we just got to know. So this whole new format is going to be a blessing. Now then, for those who want to be distributors, we are the second half. We're going to talk about the mastership. We're going to talk about the mastership. Because we want to inspire everyone. We want to encourage everyone. And we want you to know how to achieve auto sales master. What does that mean? Auto sales master, auto share rules master. What does that mean? You need to know. So we want to help you, the business partner out also, because we need financial freedom. I heard one person say, "I use all the products." Let me tell you something. You want to have such financial freedom that any kind of skincare product that you want to buy, you're going to buy. Even the food. If you want to stock your cabinet with potato Roman noodles, see, when you have that financial freedom, you know, you want to buy, you might want that Manuka honey, you might want to buy 6 of those at one time. You might want to buy for gifts and things like that. And that's mighty powerful, Manuka honey. I remember one evening we talked about the Avocare on the benefits, how you can use it on your skins. And you might think that, that's for something on Saturday, but you can use it for some other thing. We want to learn that. We want to educate. We want to empower you on those things. Okay. So on next week, we flipping. We flipping. Definitely. We moving from down. We still gonna be talking about the health products, but we got so much more. So much more. If one of the doctors want to share something special, normally they give me a call ahead of time and say, "Hey, I got something special. I'm excited about to share about it and everything." Okay, you have the stage. You have the stage. Lynn, I see you have your hand raised. That's my upline.
Hello,
Lynn.
good evening. I'm just so proud of you, Pastor Bernard, for reaching 100. I call it talk show. Talk show for Atomy. I know Florence is proud of you. I know Rosalie is proud of you. We all work upline. I'm your upline. I'm very proud of you. And you have your T-shirt, and you're just so good. You are corporate material. I told you so all the time. And you're trying to build a team. We all working together in collaboration. And one day, see you at the top very soon. You're
Let's
great
go
material,
Imperial.
and you gotta go imperial. God bless everyone on the line. I know you're empathetic. I know you're very excited, but let's work in collaboration. One hand cannot clap, but more than one hands can clap and do miraculous things. Let's go to the centers. Let's bring people. Let's train them. Let's go imperial.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Indeed, let's go. Definitely. Again, if you have something special to share about any of the products, or you might have a great video that you want to send to me about one of the products, get it to me. Get it to me.
How you doing? Good evening. Pick up for Dr. Young.
My. So it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, in the Adamy family. Again, I would like to show my appreciation. I thank God for all the healthcare providers that have shared on the show and everything. Hey, we try to give them extra support, and and I tell you, when you come over here and share, they trust you. They trust you because when you show that love up front by sharing, you know, they they're more apt to listen. I'm telling you. So so we're gonna get ready to say goodnight because I got to start working on next week's show because we flipping it and we going to Imperial with Atomy. We are changing our brand and we're changing our life with Atomy brand. Okay. So let's get ready to say goodnight, everybody. Good night, Carol. Thank you for your support. Good
Good
night,
night.
Joy. Thank you for your support. Keep me abreast on that on the bill of mailing.
I will. Thank you. And
Oh yeah.
congratulations again. Congratulations, Pastor.
Yes. Thank you very very much. Okay.
Congratulations. Good
All
night.
right,
All right.
congratulations.
Thank
Aja,
you.
Aja,
Night.
Aja.
Aja,
Congratulations.
aja, aja.
Congratulations. Good night.
Good
Good
Congratulations.
night.
night, everyone.
Prosperity.
Good
Good
night,
night.
Pastor
Well
Soldiers.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good night.
done.
Good
No.
night.
Oh,
Good night.
Invite,
Good night.
invite, invite. Good night.
Mm.
Invite, invite, invite. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
See y'all next week, 8 p.m. Change your brand, change your life. Academy does it all right. Good
Well
night,
done.
Jackie. Good night. Good night, Rose Lee. Who else do I see?
Good night and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Fielder. Thank you. Good night. Okay. All right. I'm going to appreciate it. Thank you, Ted, for sharing earlier.
You're
Indeed.
welcome.
All right, Walter. Okay. Fortune. Okay. Gwen. Jean. Thank you. All right. God bless you. Know the rest. Lynn. We'll see you soon. You know, Ethelene. We'll see you soon. Indeed. Definitely. All righty. Continue. Good night.
congrats.
Bye bye, y'all.